Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Sunday. I hope you all are enjoying your Sunday. Wanted to say today is actually my 50th birthday, so happy birthday to me. And as you can see, this is what I'm actually doing for my birthday. I'm actually working, okay? This is going to be the first part of a three-part series that I actually was inspired by my mother a couple of months back. I was going through a tough time, and my mom asked me a question. I was on the phone with her, and she said, "Baby, what are you going to do?" And right after I hung up with my mother that day, it actually hit me. She was right. And the word came to mind was perseverance. Meaning, you know what? She's right. I'm going through a tough time, but what am I going to do about it? So she inspired me to do this three-part series actually called Make Your Comeback More Powerful Than Your Setback or your step back. Or like if you have, for whatever reason, if you have a setback in your business or you need to step back from your business. And it's actually going to be three words, three different series. Like I said, three words that we're going to actually focus on. And the very first one is going to be refuel. The second one is refocus. And the last one is rebuild. Today I wanted to talk with you and go over with the first word, which is actually called refuel. When I think of refuel, what actually comes to mind is think about when, if you actually don't go get gas for your car. I thought about that, okay? In other words, you have to refuel your gas tank. Because if you don't, in that particular car that you're driving that needs gas, you won't be able to go wherever you need to go. So that's what I thought about as far as my personal life and my business. I needed to refuel, because if you don't do that, then like you said, you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything in your life. You're actually just going to be sitting there doing anything. And usually what usually follows that is you're procrastinating, you're wasting time, and depression can set in, and anxiety. And we have a choice, if we're going through a tough time, to fight through that storm, fight through that, get through that tough time. So the first word, like I said, today is actually going to be the series of today. We're going to focus on the word refuel, okay? And there's several reasons, like you said, why we need to, you could need to refuel, even in your personal life. It could be a death in your family. It could be a loved one. Mine actually started, it was with a loved one that I needed to step back from my business to take time and focus on my loved one. But during that time, I also took the time to make it positive. And during that time, I was actually able to see family members I hadn't seen in a while and spend time with them. So that's important. So just remember, when you're going through a tough time, to try to bring something positive out of it. Take something positive out of it. Don't make it all negative. Even the situation you're going through can be tough for you. You can turn that negative into a positive. And, it's important to do that to get through it. And I was going to say, and during this time, there's several reasons, like I said, that maybe you need to, refuel. And during that time, maybe if you can, if you're able to, maybe to take a mini vacation, whether it's by yourself or if it's something you was been meaning to do with your family. Like I said, for me, I was able to spend time with family members I hadn't seen in a while, which was actually awesome. And then also you could spend some time alone with yourself in an isolated area. You can actually go to a cabin, or somebody, if you just actually want to get away and go to a hotel or something for the weekend. But what I'm saying is, in an isolated area, you by yourself, to just refuel for yourself, to do this for yourself. Or actually also you can go to a meditation or a spa, or like a retreat. Like I said, once again, it's important to refuel your mind, body, and soul during this time when you're going through. Because when we go through something negative that affects us, whether it's, and most of the time, if it affects our personal life, it's going to affect our business too. But you actually have to remember to try to get through that. And sometimes if you don't work through it by doing something, then you can lose yourself during that time. And then you feel like, okay, how do I ever get back from this setback, from my personal life, from my business? What do I do now? So during that time, do whatever you need to do to refuel you, okay? The point is to refuel and be re-energized when you come back to make your when you do come back, it's going to be more powerful than your setback or when you step back from your business is what I'm actually trying to say. So it's very, very important to do that, okay? And like I said, I want to just kind of recap what I was saying. When something happens to you, meaning it affects your personal life and your business, when you need to step back, okay, from your personal life, from your business, or you feel like, because some people might see it as a setback, meaning something happens out of your control, you know, like I said, it could be a death of a loved one, could be like I said, in my case, just something that has to do with a loved one, but you need time away. You have to take time away. Just remember, like I said, sometimes and it could be other reasons, it doesn't have to be those reasons, it could be other reasons. Just make sure that you realize it's important for you to do that. If you have to step back, or if you have a setback, just remember to refuel, okay? And then sometimes it means getting by yourself, getting to yourself and doing whatever you need to do for yourself, because a lot of us have loved ones, we have family, whether it's children, a husband, significant other, that elderly parents that need our attention, and sometimes they can drain you, and we forget to take the time out to refuel. And then some of us might just need, whether like say a weekend or a day or something, like I said, whether it's at a spa or a retreat, but just make sure that you do it, okay? So like I said, just remember to do that. You know, if you're going, like I said, you can go to a cabin somewhere, like I said, if you have to go away to like I said, a hotel or something for the weekend, even overnight, or go to a spa or a retreat, a spiritual retreat, meditation. Just make sure that you refuel, because it's very, very important for you to do that, okay? Then like you said, when you're ready to come back, then your coming back is always going to be more powerful than your setback or when you had to step back, okay? Thank you all for listening today and for joining me. If you're watching the replay, please give me some thumbs up, some love, some like if you gained any value from this. Like I said, this is a 3-part series that I actually came up with, that I'll actually be doing 3 days in a row. And like I said, I was inspired by my mother, and it's actually called, once again, Make Your Comeback More Powerful Than Your Setback, or your Step Back. Okay, that's what it's called. You all enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and once again, I just wanted to thank you all for being here or listening to the replay, and I will actually be making another video, and I will be actually putting it out tomorrow, the very next day, okay? So it's going to be a 3-part series, okay? I look forward to speaking with you all, and you all joining me for the rest of the week, for 3 days, and I'll talk to you soon, and have a very blessed Sunday. Thank you for joining or watching the replay. Bye.